Hey, what's going on, everyone? Axel back again. I'm back to run the second of the two new quests in the upcoming update, Update 29. This one is called, I believe, Creeping Death. It's a pretty sweet name. Unfortunately, I already skipped through the NPC dialogue, so I'm not able to go through it with you. And before I start this video, just like last time, spoiler alert, if you don't want to see this new quest, if you want to run it for the first time yourself, obviously turn off this video now and rewatch it after you've had a chance to go through the content. So in this next quest, again, I skipped through the NPC dialogue boxes before I recorded. So all I know is that we have to deal with someone named Garco, I think, and it's a sewer-based quest. So there's probably gonna be some flashbacks to the waterworks. I see a kobold here in the splash screen already. And yep, it looks like looks like waterworks. And again, just like last time, I've not run this quest before. I haven't read anything about it, so this is all new to me, first impressions. So I'm expecting a lot of kobolds here. Let's see what we get.
Leth, a representative of the 12, waits to speak to you as you descend into the sewers.
So we got an NPC to talk to. So we have to activate 3 signals to trap Garco. Alright.
Shouts from below can be heard in the next chamber.
So we've got to activate these 3 signals and then kill Garco. And we can't kill him until we activate these 3 signals. And it said the NPC also says the air near the water in the next chamber is fatal, so there's a trap, it looks like. Alright, so we gotta watch out for some traps. We gotta activate some signals.
Bubbles up from the water below, slaying those without magical protection.
Okay, cool. So I guess
Garco the kobold stands suspended within Death Touch, the gelatinous cube. Before you can react, the huge corrosive ooze effortlessly consumes the members of the 12 on the platform below.
so it looks like if we jump into the water below, it's going to hurt us.
Into the complex.
So I assume jumping down there wouldn't be a good idea. I'm gonna see what's down this way first.
Garco's minions bar you from proceeding further into the sewer complex.
Kobolds have a lot of hit points for normal. Wow, well, that kobold obviously isn't working correctly because he died in like 2 hits. Unless that trap took him out. But it looks like it's just a poison trap, so I doubt that's what it was. Sometimes the developers will import monsters over from the heroic version and they'll miss updating the stats. At least that's what it seems like to me. I don't know that as a fact, but we've seen a few other quests, like the Ghost of Perdition quest, where the second brother, I don't even know if they fixed that yet, but we've seen this before where they've you go into the epic version and you see heroic monsters, and sometimes we'll see it the opposite way. We'll see a heroic version with some epic monsters, and I'm sure that's a bug that'll be fixed. Probably should have just run casual or heroic. Probably more time than I'd like to see of me just standing here hitting stuff. I know you guys are watching. You don't really, care about watching me kill stuff. You want to see the quest. but shouldn't be too long. Just stick with me. I'll try to invis if I can. Fortunately, I'm not playing the you know, the highest DPS tune in the world. You know, if I was playing like a barbarian or something, it would be going a lot faster. So what do we got? Some more kobolds. Yep, and it's locked, so it looks like there's a mechanic here that we've got to kill the kobolds before we can advance. I'm starting to wonder if that's not a kill the monsters to open mechanic. It might actually be a legit locked door that you know, might need someone to pick to get to. It might be an optional. We might actually have to jump down there at the beginning. Alright, let's see. Oh, nope. Killing the mobs unlocked it. Let's see if I can invis a little bit. Looks like there's two pathways, east and west. Let's go ahead and go west first. Looks like there's nothing down here. Dead end. I don't know if there's a lever or anything. I don't see anything. Let's see what we got east. And I think we're going to have to kill the oozes to advance. And unfortunately, I don't have any ooze beater on me, so I might have to go through a few weapons. See, I normally don't carry an ooze beater with me, even when I'm normally questing, because I'll carry like 2 or 3 backup weapons, and if I run into an ooze, I'll just use a backup weapon, and I don't care if it gets destroyed. Alright, let's see what's behind this valve.
The
So we
sewer
got a
tunnel
rest
in the center
shrine.
of the chamber leads down to the lower sections of the complex.
Okay, so it looks like we are on the right path here. We've got to drop down. I'm wondering if we'll go back to that center portion at some point. And let's see if there's anything under the water here. Nope, I don't see anything.
Garco slides down the hallway inside his servant, Death Touch the gelatinous cube.
Oh, here's the gelatinous
A
cube.
single touch from the corrosive ooze could prove deadly.
Well, we won't touch that ooze then. It looks like... Okay, we're back to where we were. I was wondering if the map was overlapping, but it doesn't look like it is. And I shouldn't touch that. I'm assuming it's going to kill me. There is a red shrine, so I might just give it a shot. Yeah, let's just give it a shot. See if it kills me. Yep, and it does. Okay, cool. Well, that's a cool little mechanic. We haven't seen anything quite like that before. So even on epic, so even on normal, it will kill you one shot. So that's kind of cool. You've got a time when the looks like the cube is walking back and forth. I just want to see where it went here. Okay, so it's kind of walking back and forth through the levels, so you've got to make sure you avoid it. I don't know that there's too many places to kind of hide on the side. I don't know if it'll hit you over here, but it looks like you've got to be aware of where it's at. So that's a cool little mechanic. I'm glad they're doing something a little different. I don't know if it's going to be that big of a problem to deal with. Well, I guess I can't go through this portal. Looks like we are going to have to follow the cube and go that way. Okay, and there's the cube. If he walks back this way, we're going to have to run back. And he's not. Okay,
Before
good.
you stand 3 runes, placed here by members of the 12. The runes create a sigil when activated. This sigil will depower Garco and teleport him to the corresponding sigil elsewhere in the complex.
Okay, so here's the signals that we were told about. So we've got to activate all 3 of them. I'm assuming there's 3 levers. And I think this is the room where we were before. Oh, no, it's not. We're in a different part of the map. Okay, so there's probably, I'm assuming, a signal under the water. And there's probably one that requires some climbing. Oh, cool. So yeah, here's one. We can see it up here. So I've got to make my way up there, and I'm assuming there's one under the water and probably one on the other side. But let's go ahead and look under the water first. See what we got down here. I don't see anything so far. Well, maybe I was wrong. They might all require climbing. So it looks like this is a Mario-based quest, so if you don't like that, then sorry. I am going to have to do a little climbing here. So, let's see. Looks like it's pretty intuitive, just wrap around. Yeah, looks pretty straightforward. Ooh, I might be able to fall. Yep, I might be able to fall down the edge there. I've got to be careful. Make our way over here. There's a lever. I don't know what that does. I guess it moves the ladder up.
A ladder slides in place,
Oh, it
allowing
moved it down.
easier access to this
Oh,
ledge.
okay. So in case I fall off, I won't have to start all the way over. Now, do I want to? Yep, I want to go up this way. Let's hop on top of here. Alright, not too bad. Let's see. Okay, there's another one to the west there. Or to the east, I'm sorry. And I think the third one is up here in the corner. Yep, there's the third one. So they all are all up here. This is pretty neat. I like this. We haven't had... This is something, you know, a little different. We haven't had this. I like this so far more than the last quest. To touch the sky, which was basically just your typical get a signal, pull 2 levers, and kill stuff. This one, you know, requires a little Mario, something a little different. I'm glad that this is actually a more complex Mario thing. In the last pack, I think, or no, it was the Trial of the Archons pack, the first quest in that pack. There was a Mario portion, but it was like way too easy. This one actually requires a little bit of thought. You got to be careful. I can see this frustrating some people, but I like the challenge. I like Mario stuff when it's done well. The Mario portion I don't like is stuff like the coalescence chamber, where I just don't think the sides of that particular quest are well designed. It will bump you off. But this kind of challenge is, you know, I like this. I don't mind a little Mario. I know a lot of people hate it and don't want any Mario in this game, but
can be heard from the
I like it. Spies in the House is actually one of my favorite quests.
Has been activated.
Alright, so we got all 3 levers. So cool little jumping room. I like that. Let's move on, I think, to the main hallway. Oh,
This barrier
so
prevents
can't go
Garco
that
from
way.
passing further into the dungeon.
So we've got to go back to that main hallway. I believe it's east. Where were those runes? We had that signal door with all the runes on it. I can't remember where it was at. Oh, shoot. He turned around on me. I thought he was going to keep heading down that hallway. Alright, no big deal. We got a rest shrine there for a reason. I guess they don't want people to party wipe just from touching the... Oh, here we go. This is where we were headed. Here's the 3 lights for the signals. I guess they don't want people to party wipe just from touching the cube. And it looks like, alright, we can't progress. So we're going to have to go back. We can't go... I think east was blocked off. Is that where I just was? And we blocked by the cube. So we can't go west. This is the jumping room. He's not going to come through that door, is he? Nah, he can't.
Magic washes over the gelatinous cube when Garco strikes the sigil. The kobold vanishes, teleported to a different section of the sewer complex.
Okay, I do remember that from the beginning. He said if he touched the signal, he would be teleported. I still don't quite understand the mechanic there, but whatever. Got more mobs to kill. Yep, and they do have a lot of you gotta kill stuff to progress mechanics, so they aren't really supporting invising through the dungeon like you can in a lot of other quests. They're gonna make you kill the mobs, which some people might be upset about that. I don't mind, but this dungeon is not very Zerg friendly, that's for sure. You've got a lot of mechanics that require you to kill mobs to progress. You've also got that cube floating around that kind of block your way. You gotta watch out a little bit if you're just sprinting down hallways. And more oozes. Yep, and again, I'm gonna have to kill the oozes to progress. My oath blades are about done. I'll have to use that maul after the oath blades are done. I'm pretty close. Okay, so those are dead, so now we can pull the lever.
The poisonous
And-
vapor seems to
Oops.
have dissipated in your absence.
Really? Does that mean I can touch it and not die? Well, it looks like the cube's not moving. Said the poisonous vapor has dissipated. So, alright, I'm gonna try to run into it. Hopefully I don't die. What the heck, NPC? He said the poisonous vapor has dissipated. Hey, what's up, guys? Axel back again. I had to revive myself there, so I went ahead and cut the video just to shorten it up a little bit. It looks like I looked, also while I was off recording, I looked over here near the gate and there's no lever, so it looks like we actually have to complete a different part of the quest before we can advance. So I'm going to go this way. Looks like we might have to do this section before we can progress.
A fearsome horned devil.
So let's see
stands
what's up. I
between
think we're
you
going
and the
north.
rune
We're going
you need
west
to
now.
activate.
Looks like we got a mini boss. We got some oozes. This mini boss has so many hit points. Unfortunately, the map, the Fog of War, got reset because I had to recall out of the quest. Because, like I said back there, when the cube killed me, I was too far away from a red shrine, so I had to recall. But now I know in the future not to touch the cube there. I really don't see the point of all these hit points on this mob. He's hitting me for like 20 damage, which is stupid. Like, it needs to, this mini boss, if they're gonna have this much HP on him, he needs to be a significant threat. Like, he needs to be doing a lot more damage. But as of right now, he's just a ginormous bag of hit points. So it's kind of like I'm not really fighting a mini boss here. I'm just beating on a really, really big training dummy. So I would like to see, for this mini boss, I would like to see his hit points reduced and his DPS increased. Let's reduce his hit points by at least a third, but majorly up his DPS. I mean, he's hitting me for like 15, 20, and I don't even have, I'm level 27, so I don't even have the DR from the Shadow Dragon plate. If I had that on, he would be literally hitting me for 0 damage, which is kind of really ridiculous, even on Legendary Normal. Okay, so mini boss down. Wondering if there's a key or something in this chest. Nope, it's just a random loot chest.
The rune sparks to life as the lever is pulled. The hum of similar runes can be heard in the main chamber. A rune glows beneath the fetid water. Through the murk, you can just make out a sewer hatch next to the rune.
Okay, looks like we gotta go underwater. Oops, I don't have my boots on. And I better put my underwater action item on because I don't know if we're going for a long swim here or a short one.
The underwater passage leads down towards an unknown location.
Well, that's pointing out the obvious. Thank you, NPC.
Above the lever on the far wall is a rune. A strange sloshing sound can be heard from below your feet.
Trap. Well, it's not really a trap. Just an ooze pit. Is there a ladder to go back up? I hope I don't have to kill all these. Let's just, I don't think I do. Let's just see what's on the other side, though. Might be a lever or something. Nope. So this reminds me of the Delira's pit. Nothing to really do down there. It's just you know, if you fall down there, you get hit by some oozes, so, but not a big deal. Looks like, ooh, okay, cool. We got some more Mario portions. So if you hate Mario levels, you'll want to, or Mario quests, you'll definitely want to avoid this one. Although this isn't difficult Mario stuff. Although these poles are a little thin. At this point, though, I could probably just Caneth boots over, but I'll save that. Yep. Yeah, one thing I find really helpful if you're the kind of person who's really bad with Mario stuff is tilt your camera so it's above you, and it makes it easier to kind of tell where the platforms are. And as soon as I say that, I mess up. But actually, I don't need to hop over them. There, we get the ladder. And I wasn't listening to what the NPC was saying. Something about another signal popping up to life. So let's go back to the main room. See what we got over here. Oops. Okay, so this bridge is now down. It was not down before. And yes, that little gate there is down as well, so it looks like we're going to be able to advance now.
Garco curses as he strikes the second sigil. A flash of magic teleports him further into the complex.
Okay, so looks like we've got to go south now. Got some more kobolds to kill.
Hostile sewer denizens bar your progress further into the sewer.
Probably another mechanic. Yep, another anti-Zerg mechanic. You can't progress till you kill all the mobs. Also might be a lag thing. They don't want you to build up too many mobs in the dungeon. And I think sometimes they do that. Some people kind of get upset that you can't stealth through the dungeon, but I know a lot of the times having mobs active on one end of the level can really cause performance issues. I know they had that with Deathworm, and once they fixed that, it seemed to help with the lag in that raid. And more mobs. I'm looking out for that red cube. I don't know where he's at. Yeah, again, I'm gonna have to kill everything. You know, I really should have hopped into Crusader or into Dreadnought for this quest, but I copied this character over from the live servers, and I'm currently running in Crusader in the live servers just because I'm spending a little bit of time at the higher levels right now, and I already got All my other destinies capped out with karma, so may as well stay in one, stay in one to get the extra karma. Crusader's not bad though. You know what? I was wondering why I was swinging so slow. I forgot to put my goat skin boots back on that have my speed bonus. I'm going to go ahead and hit up this shrine right here. So I want my boost back. I better go ahead and buff because I don't want to get insta-death or anything. Looks like... yeah, we're gonna have to kill this stuff first, as per usual. Yeah, next time, next update when I do this, I'll definitely do casual, especially if I'm running a build like this that's not the highest DPS, because I know these fights are extending this video longer than, longer than I'd like. So if you guys are sticking with me up to this point, I appreciate it. Also, you can always just fast forward it a minute or so to the end of this fight if you want to see the next portion. Okay, so hopefully this brings down this barrier. And it does. And we've got another tile puzzle. We've got to do a tile puzzle while this cube is wandering around. Okay. And he doesn't want to go through this hallway even with the barrier down. So we have to do the puzzle while he's threatening us with death. Guys, for purposes of length, I cut the video out there while I was solving the puzzle, but you didn't miss anything. All I did was solve the tile puzzle. I didn't want the video to be, I didn't want you guys to see all that time of me just figuring out this puzzle, so decided to just cut it out.
The gelatinous cube melts away from Garco. In a flash, the kobold is teleported further in the complex.
So as soon as we solved the puzzle, this gate unlocked, and I don't know what's down here, but this gate unlocked. And he touched the signal and he got teleported, so that was the third signal of 3. So it looks like we have a boss fight left. Okay, I'm guessing the boss fight's in here.
Garko the Great
Yep.
stands before you, now stripped of his deadly coating.
So this is the kobold, if you are following the storyline. This is the kobold that was in that cube. And again, they need to up the DPS of the mobs here. It might just be a thing where on Lamania they haven't gotten around to doing the mob DPS stuff, because I noticed that with the mini boss too. You know, they have all these hit points, but they're only hitting me for like 9-10 damage. And I'm hoping that's just because they haven't updated the monster stats. I wouldn't think that that's working as intended. So overall, I really do like this quest. There's a, it's not, I'm not blown away by it by any means. There's a lot of stuff like all the recycling from the sewers and kobolds and stuff. You know, that's kind of, doesn't feel very legendary to be killing a bunch of kobolds and oozes, but I like the jumping portions. I like the mechanic with the floating cube. That's something that we haven't seen before. We haven't seen anything exactly like that. That's cool. I don't, again with the puzzles, and I mentioned this before, we saw this in the last quest as well. I like puzzles, but why does it always have to be a tile puzzle? We saw tile puzzles in the last pack. We're seeing them now. There's so many different puzzles in DDO. I would like to see something else. But I definitely like this quest better than the last one. You have to... It's not quite a straight shot. There's swimming, there's Mario stuff, there's cool mechanics with the cube. So overall, it's a pretty good quest. I'm not blown away. It's not amazing, but it's pretty good. I'll definitely run it. Kobolds are kind of annoying to fight because they're push. These ones are push monsters. They won't stay up in your face. They'll keep jumping away. So you got to keep moving, or pin them against a wall. See, I'm wondering why he's a. If anyone knows, I'm wondering why I'm purple, getting in purple numbers from light damage. He's not undead. We see this legendary. You can see this legendary ward here at the bottom right. This is the new thing that I believe all legendary monsters have, which basically that wards them against mortal fear. That's basically the whole reason for that. Okay, so that's it for this quest, guys. Please comment below, let me know what you think. If you made it through this whole video, I know it was a bit long. I tried to shorten it a bit, but I thank you if you made it through the whole thing. And I believe that's the last quest for this pack. The last new quest, anyways. We have these. There's 2 new quests, plus we have the 3. I believe all 3 of the legendary versions of the Shroud, Tempest Spine, and Hound of Zoriat are going to come. I don't know if I'll do a video on those. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But again, I appreciate you guys for making the whole way through the video, and I will see you next time. Take care.